Alright, here we go with my look at Transformers Prime Airachnid. So first of all, as always, I'm going to start off here with the package and just kind of take a look at the artwork here and flip it around here and read off the little character bio here. It says here, conditioned to battle and hardship by her years spent hunting rare creatures across the depths of space, Airachnid is a primed and powerful warrior. She has returned to the service of Megatron after her long absence, determined to prove herself as a leader no matter who she has to destroy to do it. So that's the little look at her bio there. And there's some pictures of the toy there. So let's set that to the side and talk about the actual toy here. So as we can see, I got her here in the alt mode, which is a little black stealth helicopter of some kind. And let's just kind of zoom in here a little bit more and just kind of look at it up close. A little on the small side. This is a deluxe class figure. I'm going to say off the bat, this probably really should almost be like a Scout class figure in a lot of ways. It's a little bit bigger than you know, the old Scout class size of figures, but as we'll see here when we get looking at it later on, it's almost really like a Scout class figure. But anyways, back to the alt mode here. Pretty cool. I like the color scheme, the black with the different shades of purple here. I like the little clear canopy here, or cockpit. A few little nitpicks though about this. There is no landing gear on here at all. It's kind of got these little like fins here or whatever here, but these don't really count as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing here that pops out, and I really could have probably done that. I don't know why they didn't do that. They could have had something here probably in the nose section or something here maybe that could have just folded up. But so no real landing gear there, so that's a little disappointing. And the little helicopter blades, as you can see there, they do rotate around fairly well. And as far as accessories, the only thing she's got here are these little stingers or whatever they call them there on the package. Let's see, what do they refer to them as? I think they call them electro stingers or something. Yeah, electro stingers. So that's what these are here. And I don't remember her actually having these on the show or if they actually looked like this. But they probably did. But anyways, you can see they got some little posts here and some holes here, so you can have a few options with this as far as how you want to have her hold them or display them. You could snap them together here and kind of have like a dual weapon if you want, like that. And we'll kind of look at that a little later once I get her into her robot mode. But there's some ports here where you can just peg these in on the side, like so. So you can have the vehicle like that, or alternately you can turn them around and put them this way with the posts going this way if you like it like that, as opposed to this kind of horizontal orientation there. I do wish, however, that maybe they could have had these ports moved back here somewhere so that they could have been back here more or come off the side. I think they would look better as far as having them kind of hanging off the very front end of the helicopter, or maybe even like on the underside, but whatever. So that's it as far as the accessories go, and that's all she really comes with. So let's go ahead and do a little transformation on this guy. So first thing you want to do is pop off the blades here. You don't really have to, but they kind of get in the way, so it's best to just go ahead and take them off. So just pull it off like so. It just pops off. And then this actually kind of transforms itself a little bit. This is on some ball joints here, and this part here isn't, but it's got a little hinge here, and you just flip it out like this. That's going to kind of extend it out, and you just want to kind of bend these in like so, and you want to have it like this. Actually, you want to take it and do it the other way. You want to bend them out like this, because what's going to happen is you're going to put it back on and it connects, and there's a little hole right here that's going to snap onto this little part of the canopy here later. So it's got to go like this basically. That's what's going to hold it in place and keep it from flopping around on you. So let's go ahead and set that to the side. So to continue on here, what you want to do first is open up the little canopy here or cockpit and just rotate this in, close it back up. And then her arms are right in here, and basically you just pop these loose like so. like so. It can be a little tricky here though. This side on mine is kind of a bit of a problem. It wants to kind of stay in place there. There we go. Now you got to kind of pull the shoulders down so they kind of lock into position. And that can be a little tricky, so just go ahead and just pull it down. It takes a good deal of force, there we go, to kind of do it, at least on mine. And let's do this one here. There you go. You'll feel it kind of snap into place. And then to do the rest of her arms here, it's just a matter of rotating on her little hands and kind of loosening that up. So just do the same thing here. Now to do her legs, you want to take this part of the helicopter here and just pull it up like that, these little fins, and they separate, so you just pull them apart. And you can kind of just rotate these like this if you want. They just kind of hang off the back here, so it's a little bit of kibble. And then the legs, you just split them apart like so. And then the little feet here, you can just rotate so that they swing forward. And that's going to be her feet with her like little high heels or whatever there. And then the last part is to reveal her head. You just pull this whole part down and it will pop her head up. Actually, I think you pull it up, or is it down? Let's see. Yeah, you pull it up, so it's going to pull her head up like so. And it should just lock into place like you heard there. And that's pretty much it for her transformation. So now let's see if I can get her to stand up here. Actually does stand fairly well considering it's a pretty slim little figure. And mine's starting to tip back here, just kind of, there you go. Oh, and then again, like I was talking about, you want to just add this back here. This is kind of going to be like the legs, like how she has on the show. And then this part here just kind of attaches like that to that little post on the canopy. It doesn't really sit in there all that well. So let's see. You just got to kind of push it on there. And it'll hold it in place as long as you don't really fiddle with it a whole lot. So here she is in her robot mode. So let's kind of zoom in here and just look at her up close. Of the two modes, I think the robot mode's probably the best. Actually, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to kind of get into that here as far as nitpicking goes. And this kind of goes back to my point about it really being kind of like a scout class figure. I mean, the size is pretty much a deluxe class figure, but the way they engineered it, it's really lacking in my opinion. Especially when you get down in here to the arms. I mean, it's pretty much just some little panels, and I really don't like the way they did the hands here. They basically just got a big hole right through the middle of her hand where her little stingers will attach, like so. So she doesn't really hold them, they just kind of sit there on the side of her hand, which I think is just a really cheap way of doing it. I think they really kind of skimped out on this figure. Like I said, it feels more like a deluxe class figure in terms of just the overall engineering and just the articulation itself. You can kind of see here basically her legs. There was no real transformation to them other than kind of just snapping them together. And because of that, they don't really got a whole lot of motion here to them. I mean, the thighs kind of move around here and can kind of swivel in and out a little bit. But you can't really rotate them a whole lot because they just kind of hit the back end here. The knees can bend, but because they're so skinny, you know, you're not really going to get much posability out of this, at least that I can tell, other than just kind of standing it up. And like I said, the arms here, because of the way the shoulders are here, they kind of hit this large part here. And just, I'm not real happy with how they did the arms. Overall, I think the transformation on this and just the engineering in it is pretty much lacking. And for the price of this figure, yeah, it's a little bigger than a scout class, but really, if this was scaled down just slightly, you would pretty much probably consider this a scout class figure. So in some ways you're kind of getting ripped off in that regard, I think. But overall, it's not a bad looking figure. Let's see this part here, like I was saying, it comes off if you're not too careful. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull it off because I really don't care about having it there. But like I was saying, overall, it's not a bad looking figure. I think the robot mode, the head sculpt is really good. It pretty much looks like her, you know, how she does on the show, like how she looks on the show, that is. But I just think for the price and what you're actually getting out of it as far as a toy, it's a little lacking. And also, her backpack here just sticks up way too far past her head. I really don't like that either. And also because of that, you can't really even move the head. There's just no articulation hardly to this figure. And in fact, the head here, the light piping is all one piece. If I open this up here, I can kind of take a look here, and some little more little complaints here. But the actual seat is bolted onto her head. You can see the screw there. So because of that, you really can't rotate her head a whole lot. It just kind of stays in that general position. And because this backpack here, you can't move her head up or down. So yeah, just again, I don't know, I think this would have probably been a good candidate to make into a Voyager class figure. I think then maybe they could have engineered it better and just done a better job overall with it. But let's go ahead and kind of go out here. And real quickly, a little size comparison with her rival. This is deluxe class RC. So you can see they're roughly the same size, which is pretty cool. But you can tell she's a lot thinner. So that's that. So my overall final thoughts on this figure. I don't know, I'd say maybe try and hold off on this one. I don't really think it's worth the price. It's not a horrible figure, but it's not a good figure. And this one here, I just picked mine up a few days ago. It's out in the stores now apparently. It's probably going to be hard to find because I got this at my local Walmart and they had it in the, and they just got a shipment in. So the guy was getting ready to put them all out on the shelves, and when he put them all on the shelves, this was the only one in the shipment. So it appears that this one's only going to be one per shipment. So it's probably going to be a hard figure to find. With that being said, I probably really wouldn't go out of my way to try and get this one unless you just really got to have it. I don't really think it's worth the money. Like I said, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. It's not probably a must-have. Maybe if they do a Voyager class version of her, it'd probably be a lot better version of the character. So anyways, I think I'll wrap it up here with my look at Transformers Prime Airachnid.